Hi everyone, just setting up for the class. It's going to start in about 10 minutes from now, 5:30 p.m. Los Angeles time. I'm just setting up now. I'll see you in 10 minutes if you're here for the class. Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome to VINYASA Yoga with AMIT HERI. And let's begin in a comfortable seated posture. I like to sit on a bolster. Sit in Sukhasana, crossing your lower legs like this. So kind of halfway, one leg, one calf muscle in front of the other shin. Then relax the knees down, flex your feet slightly. You can move the flesh from under the buttocks to spread the sit bones on your prop. And have your hands at the roots of your thighs. Flexing your feet slightly. Relax the hip joints where the femur bones insert into the hip sockets. Gently push down with your hands. Push your thighs down and relax your knees towards the floor. Lift your sternum up. Take your shoulders back. Drop the shoulder blades down and bring your elbows towards each other behind you. Stay here, descending the lower part of your body into the floor and extending the upper part of your body up towards the ceiling. Let it be a soft, relaxed action where you're also able to find some ease in the posture. Keep everything as it is and release your hands to the floor on either side of your hips. If you're sitting on a prop, it's better to have your fingertips on the floor. If you're on the floor, you can place your wrists and palms on the floor. Without the support of your hands, once again, relax the hips, release your knees down, and now bring your awareness to your sit bones and notice how the weight is dropping into your props through the sit bones. Notice if the weight is more on the left sit bone or the right. And by moving your torso from left to right, from side to side, you can adjust the distribution of the weight between left and right so that the weight drops evenly between the two sides and the two sit bones. And then also notice whether the weight is more in the front of your sit bones or at the back. By moving the torso front and back, you can find the center of the sit bones between left and right, as well as front and back. Once you have that, relax the sit bones down, lift your sternum up again, take the shoulders back, drop your shoulder blades down your back and bring your elbows towards each other. And stay here, please. Head neutrally over the spine and chin slightly down, looking at the floor about 3 feet in front of you. And hold your body with your actions. Close your eyes. And drop into the present moment in time and space, into the environment of your physical body. And soften your throat. Relax the skin on your face, your forehead, and your cheeks. And soften your eyes. Bring your hands to your thighs. Keep everything as it is. Bring your hands to your thighs, palms facing up. Extend the spine, relax the shoulders and elbows. And just observe your breath as you breathe naturally. Begin to count your breaths, and this will help to bring your mind to the present moment in time in this simple yet profound action of observing and counting your breaths. Good. And open your eyes, please. Release your hands and come up. You can move your bolster away if you use one. We're just going to warm up a little bit in cat-cow. So come to tabletop on your hands and knees and try to get a nice wide surface area at the palms, at the surface of your palms, stretching the skin, releasing the hands down. Bring your shoulders in line with your wrists and knees in line with your hips. Spread the tops of your feet on the floor, knees in line with the hips, feet in line with the knees, all hip distance apart. And on your inhalation, look at the wall in front, lift your sit bones up. Exhale, round your spine, gaze at your navel. Inhale, look at the wall in front in cow position. Exhale, round your spine in cat, release your head, gaze at your navel. 2, 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale into into cat. 3. Inhale, take the chest through. Sit bones up in cow. Exhale, round the spine, release your head in cat. 4. One more time. Inhale. Move with your breath. Exhale, round and release your head. Inhale, come to neutral. And then walk your knees back. Join your big toes and sit down on your heels in child's pose with your hands in front. Look forward first to lengthen the front of the torso, and then release your head. Your hands will slide a bit. Release your forehead to the floor, and keep your hands active like they're in downward dog. So spreading the skin at the base of your palms, relaxing the hands into the floor, and drop the weight into the roots of all your fingers, especially the index finger root and the root of the thumbs as well. And also the other fingers as well. Energize your arms, straighten your elbows. There's an internal rotation of the lower arms to ground the roots of the index finger and the thumb. And at the same time, there's an external rotation of the upper arms to widen the collarbones and take your shoulder blades up your back. Elbows straighten and rotate slightly in an outward rotation. Pushing down on the floor, energize your arms and take the energy up your spine and bring your hips towards your heels. And bring the weight into the floor through the front of your legs. your shin bones and the front of your feet, the front of the ankles. Descend them into the floor. Then hold your body with your actions. Just stay there. In a little more active version of child's pose, helping to slowly open the body as a prep for a practice today. Now keep everything as it is. Just release your hands back. Take your hands back and place the back of your wrist next to your feet, palms facing up, and then bring your elbows to the floor. Relax your forearms on the floor, and then relax your ankles. Spread the tops of your feet. Relax your knees. Descend your shin bones into the floor. Relax your hips into your heels and the back of your thighs into your calf muscles. Relax your wrists and elbows and release your forearms to the floor. Allow the shoulders to respond in an action of relaxation. And then as your forehead is on the floor, let the skin of the forehead move towards your eyes. This will relax the brain and relax the back of your neck as well. Soften your throat, your face, and your eyes. And relax your torso, the back of the torso towards the front of the torso, and the front of the torso towards the floor. Just relax here for a few breaths. Good, and take your hands forward on your inhalation. Come up to tabletop on your hands and knees again. And this time we're going into a prep for Dogma Dog. Point the index finger straight forward. Spread your fingers slightly away from each other, not too much. And spread the skin on of your palms into the floor. Internal rotation of the lower arms, external rotation of the upper arms. Walk your knees back. Keep going, keep the hips in line with the knees, and release the tops of your feet and bring your head to the floor. Hips in line with the knees, head to the floor. Press the tops of your feet. Lift the sit bones up. Once again, same action in the hands. Drop the roots of the index finger and thumb. External rotation of the upper arms. Widen the collarbones. Take your shoulder blades up your back. Energize your arms. And lengthen the spine. Relax your shoulder joint. This is a prep for Downward Dog. Stay here. Noticing and maintaining the even distribution of the weight across the roots of the fingers. And going up to Downward Dog, tuck your toes under. You can lift your head up, lift the knees up. Look at your hands as you go to Downward Dog. Keep the knees bent slightly. Maintain the even distribution of the weight in your arms. Once again, energize the arms. Take the energy up your spine. Lift your sit bones up. Look forward and then exhale. Release your head and straighten your legs and your mount. In Downward Dog. And stay here, please. Lift your toes up, and that will activate your thighs and open the back of your legs, including your calf muscles and your hamstrings. Lift the sit bones up, drop your heels down. Energize your arms and move the posture from the front, from your hands to the back, into your legs, the back of your legs. Back of the legs descending. Heels descending towards the floor. Inhale and step your legs forward. Look at the wall in front. Exhale, release your hands to your hips. Inhale, come up. Take your hands above your head. Lengthen your spine and your side waist. And release your hands in Samasthiti. Samasthiti translates into a state of evenness. So standing in mountain pose, it's a relaxed version of mountain pose. And bend your knees a little bit, shake your legs out, bend the elbows, shake the torso out and arms out, and then stand in a more relaxed version of mountain pose. And just as you paid attention in the first posture, paid attention to how the weight was descending through the sit bones, and in downward dog, how the weight was descending to the roots of your fingers in your palms. In standing, bring your awareness to how the weight is descending between the 3 points in your feet, big toe mound, the little toe mound, and the center of your heels. Just notice, you're not very active in this posture, but just notice how the weight drops as you stand naturally. Taking your awareness there. Relax your shoulders. And just relax there. We're going to do a few sun salutations. Classical sun salutation. Inhale, hands above your head. Lengthen. It's going to stay a little bit. Lift the toes up. Press down the big toe mound, little toe mound. Drop the little toes. Center of your heels. Lengthen with the arms. Lift the thumb side of your wrist up to lift the side waist up. Take the navel in. Tuck the tailbone slightly. Keep everything active and then relax your toes. Stay here. Relax your hips, relax your legs, and fold. Bring your hands wherever they reach, floor or the legs. Lengthen the sternum forward a bit and then release your head. Relax the spine and bring the weight, bring your hips slightly forward. So the weight again is distributed between the big toe mound, little toe mound, and the center of your heels. Relax there. Keep your hands where they are. Try not to lift them. And just lift your head up. Lengthen the sternum forward and try to look at the wall in front. Keeping your hands where they are. This will open the hip joint. Keep the hands descending. Lengthen the sternum forward. And this will lengthen the back of the legs, including the calf muscle. And then take your right leg back. Right knee down. Release your foot behind you. Release the top of the foot. Bend the left knee. Relax the hips. Square the hips. Release. Take the left hip back slightly. Right hip down slightly. Drop the weight between both hands and look at the wall in front to lengthen the sternum. Stay here. And keep the lower body as it is. Lift your torso up and take your hands above your head. Lengthen the upper body. Relax the lower body down. Stay here. Release your hands to the floor. Take your left leg back. Come to plank position with your shoulders in line with your wrists. Take the heels back slightly. Activate your thighs and take your navel in plank. Then drop your knees to the floor. Bend your elbows back directly and drop your chest and chin to the floor. Lift your hips up. Stay here. And drop your pelvis to the floor. And keep your navel on the floor. Lift your head and chest. Elbows are bent. And look up. Stay here. And lift your knees up. Take your hips and backen up to downward dog. Stay in downward dog. Step your right foot in between your hands. Left knee down. Relax the hips. And then take your hands above your head with the hips descending down. Look up if that's available. Straighten the elbows. Lift the chest. Relax the hips. Release your hands to the floor. Look at the wall in front. Square the hips. Drop the left hip slightly. Take the right hip back. And tuck your left toes under. Step your left leg forward. Look at the wall in front. Extend your spine to open the hip joint and the back of the legs. Exhale. Relax the hip joint and release your torso and head. Bend the elbows a little bit. And inhale. Come up, take your hands above your head. Exhale. Release your hands in Samasthiti. Continuing, this time we'll move a little quicker in and out of the postures. Inhale, hands above your head. Exhale, relax your hips and fold. Keep your hands where they are. Inhale, look at the wall in front. Exhale, right leg back, right knee down, hands on the floor. Look at the wall in front. Inhale, hands above your head. Exhale, move to plank position. Inhale and plank. Exhale, knees down, chest down, hips lifted. Inhale, drop your pelvis and navel. Lift your head and chest. Exhale, lift your hips back and up to downward dog. Inhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Left knee down. And take your hands above your head. Exhale, hands to the floor. Sink your hips, relax and open the front of the left thigh. Inhale, step your left leg forward. Look at the wall in front. You're now standing. Exhale, relax your hips and fold. Inhale, hands above your head, come up. Exhale, release your hands in Samasthiti. That was classical sun salutation. Next one is sun salutation A, slightly different. Inhale, hands above your head. Look up. Exhale, relax your hips and fold. Release your head and look towards your legs. Inhale, look at the wall in front to extend your spine. Exhale, step both your legs back to plank. Release your knees to the floor. Bend your elbows directly back and bring your chest halfway if you can, or all the way. Inhale to upward dog with the knees on the floor. Straighten your elbows. Exhale, lift your hips back and up to downward dog. Look at your hands, reset the foundation in your palms. Release your head, straighten the legs, any amount. Then lift the sit bones up, bring the chest towards the thighs, towards the legs, and take the navel in. Gaze at your navel, or towards your navel. Stay there, please. And inhale, step your legs forward. Look at the wall in front to extend your spine. Exhale, relax your hips and fold. Inhale, hands above your head, come up. Look at the ceiling. And exhale, release your hands. Gaze directly in front at eye level. One more, sun salutation A. Inhale, hands above your head. Exhale, relax your hips and fold. Inhale, look at the wall in front. Exhale, step or jump your legs back and bring your body down to chaturanga or a modification. Inhale, lift your head and chest to upward dog or a modification. Exhale, lift your hips back and up to downward dog. Stay here, please. Creating and sustaining a strong foundation in your hands, supporting it with the action of your legs and your thighs, sit bones lifting, extension in your spine, and opening in the hip and shoulder joints. When you're done, step your legs forward, look at the wall in front. Exhale, relax and fold. Inhale, hands above your head, come up. Exhale, release your hands in Samasthiti. Let's go into child's pose again, please. Come down to your knees. Join the inner necks of your big toes, knees apart. Sit back on your heels. Release your head to the floor and take your hands back. Release your elbows to the floor and relax in child's pose. Just observing your breath, enjoying the peace of mind in this simple practice of observing your breath. Then inhale, lift your torso and head up. Exhale, release your legs from under. You're going to go into a twist. So please, if you have a bolster or a brick, please grab it. It's useful in this posture. Going into a twist and place it horizontal on your mat and facing the camera or the screen. I'm going to mirror you, so I'll be doing the opposite. It'll seem like I'm doing the same side as you when you practice it to my video. So sit on the bolster first with your legs straight forward and lift and move your hips to the right and your legs as well, so that just the left buttock is on the bolster, the right one is almost off. Now bend your knees slightly and pull your left ankle and foot under the right knee and take the left heel next to the right hip, and the knee will point straight forward like that, okay? And put your left hand on the floor to the side, lean slightly to your left, and holding your right ankle on top, you're going to place the top of the right foot in the arch of the left foot here, like this, okay? So hold the top, point the toes back, and bending the knee, place the top of the right foot in the arch of the left foot, bring the knees together, and allow the top of the foot to, top of your toes to rest on the floor. Now, as you sit here, you're going to be leaning to your left. So use your hand, right hand at the root of your right thigh, left hand on the floor. Use both your hands, use your right hand to push, and bring the torso perpendicular. So bring the torso to your right and perpendicular to your hips and the floor. And use your right hand to do an external rotation of the root of the thigh and drop the right hip bone down. And lift the sternum up here. So the right leg should be the top of the right foot, the right knee, and the right sit bone should be descending down into the floor or into your props. The left side of your low back extending up a little bit to lengthen here. Now just here, at this stage of the posture, is still good because it's opening the legs, it's opening the hip joint, and it's extending the spine. Now, if your hips are tight, this is going to be challenging for you. So even just sitting here can be beneficial without the twist even. Relax the right knee and the right leg down towards the floor. Lift the sternum up and keep everything as it is. If you're going to the next stage, if you're relaxed in the previous stage, then go to the next stage. Bring your hands to Namaste without disturbing what you've set up. Lift your sternum up, shoulders back and down. Stay here. And interlock your fingers with your elbows bent slightly. Take your shoulders back and down. Straighten your arms and take your hands above your head. As you do this, relax the right knee and the top of the right leg into the floor. Try to keep the torso and the hips squared and lengthening up with the torso and your arms. Are you going to twist to your left? Twist to the left. Twist your spine to the left. Release the interlock and release the left hand behind you. Hold the inner side of the bolster. Drop the right sit bone. Lift the right sternum and reach with the right hand up. Lengthen the spine and release the right hand to the left knee. This is the next stage. Before you twist completely, relax the right sit bone back. Relax the right knee. Use your left hand to help you bring the right sit bone down and bring the torso slightly to your right to bring it down. And then lift the right sternum up. Exhale, bend your elbows and take the left shoulder back, right shoulder forward. You can continue to look forward And twist from the spine, not from the hips. So the right hip's still moving back. Lift the right sternum up, bend the elbows, and take the left shoulder back. One more time. Drop the right leg, lift the right sternum, exhale, bend the elbows, take the right shoulder back. Now drop the chin slightly and turn your chin to your left. Soft action and stay there. And release the twist. Release your legs and straighten your legs in front. Sit on the bolster again. And to set up for the other side. Lift and move your legs and hips to your left. So just the left buttock is on the bolster, right buttock hangs off the bolster. Bend both your knees slightly and hold the right ankle with your left hand. Take the foot under the knee, under the left knee, and place the right heel next to the left buttock, knee pointing straight forward. Lean to the right a bit and holding the top of your left ankle, you're going to place the top of the foot into the arch of the right foot. Point your toes back in the air and place the top of the ankle and foot into the arch of the right foot, knees together, and now begin to use your right hand to move the torso to your left. As you move the torso to the left, use your left hand at the root of the left thigh to push the left hip bone down. So you're basically grounding and relaxing and grounding the front of the left leg, the top of the left foot into the arch of the right foot, the knee into the floor, the sit bone down, and the sit bone moves back slightly. Torso perpendicular, use your right hand to help you with that. Take your left elbow back, lift your sternum up, relax the legs and hips. And like I said, in this first stage, this could be a challenge for those of you with tight hips or low back problems. Even this can be a challenge. And at the same time, assuming this position and staying and trying to relax here is beneficial to the opening of the hip joint, the legs, and the spine. Now, if you're able to relax here, make the right hand light and bring your hands to Namaste. Lift your sternum up. If you noticed, I did not disturb anything else in the posture, just the hands have moved. The left leg is still, and the left sit bone is still descending down in an action of relaxation. Interlock your fingers the other way, straighten your arms, taking the elbows, shoulders back and down, and take your hands above your head. And here again, you don't have the support of your arms, so you have to relax the left knee down, relax the left sit bone back and down, lean slightly to your left, and straighten the arms to lengthen the spine. And even this stage is very beneficial for your legs, for the hip joint, and for the low back and the spine. So maybe you stay here without twisting. If you're comfortable here and relaxed, release the interlock, point your fingers up, extend the spine, and take your right hand behind you, hold the inner edge of the bolster. Spine will twist a bit, slightly. Lift your sternum up, straighten the left arm to lift the left sternum up, and lengthening the spine, release the hands to the right knee. Now, before you twist the spine, foundation by releasing the left knee to the floor. Relax the left sit bone back and down. Use your right hand to help you move the torso slightly to your left so you can drop the left sit bone. Then lift the left sternum up to extend the spine Relax, keep looking forward, bend both your elbows and take the right shoulder back to twist the spine. Very important to have foundation in the lower body. Lift the left sternum to extend the spine and then twist to open the muscles around the spine. One more time, inhale, lift the left sternum up, look forward, exhale, and bend your elbows, take the right shoulder back. 3 attempts is enough, so you don't overdo it. Then drop the chin, take the chin to your right, soft action, lift the left sternum up, hold your body with your actions, and suggest for any tight muscles to relax. Good, and release the neck, release your spine, release your legs, and come off the bolster, move it to the side. So it's important to be conscious and precise in the practice. If you want good results in your body and in yoga in general, and as well as your mind, then you have to be conscious. Yoga is a practice of consciousness, of working consciously, of refining the state of your consciousness from lower to higher, and refining the body, mind, and the emotional state as well. Okay, so let's go into, let's see, what do we have? Let's go into Dogma Dog. So come up to Dogma Dog, please. Look at your hands, energize your arms, shoulder blades up your back. Compact the shoulders and collarbones into the shoulder joint. Release your head. Lift the sit bones up. Tuck the navel in. Release your head and gaze with your navel. Stay here. And inhale, step your legs forward. Look at the wall in front. Release your hands to wherever they reach comfortably. And keeping your hands down, don't lift the hands up so that the hip joint opens. And then lengthen the spine forward. Look at the wall in front to lengthen the spine, and you'll feel the back of your legs, hips, the back of the knees and the calf muscle lengthen here as you look at the wall in front. If you take your hands up too much, you lose that benefit. It may be easier, but you don't quite access the same benefit. Stay here. Now keep the spine long. Relax the hip joints. Take your elbows out to the side and release your torso and your head and fold in Uttanasana. Stay there. And inhale. Come up and spread your head. Look up. Exhale, release your hands. And Samasthiti. And let's go into mountain pose, a little more active, Tadasana. You can face the camera screen and spread the soles of your feet on the floor. Bend your knees a little bit. Lift all your toes up. Push down on the big toe mounds, little toe mounds in center of your heels. And straighten your legs. Activate your thighs. Spin the inner groins back. You'll notice there's the gap between the knees in my legs because I'm spinning the inner groins back. If they turn out, this is what they look like. When I spin the inner groins back, they straighten and create some room in between the legs. And drop just the big toes on the floor. Spread the toes away from each other and drop just the little toes on the floor. Try to keep the other 3 toes lifted. Activate your thighs, spin the inner groins back. Lift your sternum up. Take your hands out to the side, palms facing forward. Straighten the arms. Drop your tailbone. Lift the lowest back rib in the back body. Bring the navel in and stay here, holding the body with your actions. Good. And relax, release everything. Shake the body out a little bit. Step or jump your legs apart and hands apart. Palms facing down, pigeon toe your feet in. Relax your shoulders. Relax your hips. And inhale, turn the palms up, look up towards the ceiling. Widen and extend the chest. Exhale, relax the hip joint and bring your hands to the floor, either directly under your shoulders, or if you're a little more open, you can also just take it back in line with your heels. And wherever you are, lengthen the sternum forward, look at the wall in front, straighten your arms with your wrists on the floor or your props. Relax the outer ankles towards the floor, lift your big toes up, drop the pinky toes, press down on the big toe mound, take the energy across the tops of your feet and down the outer heels. Lift the sit bones up, take the shoulders up your back, and stay here in the half position. Activate your thighs and straighten the legs in your mount to open the legs. Now, if your hamstrings are tight, hips are tight, you have low back problems, then the half position is good for you. Keep lengthening here. If you're more open, relax your thighs, lengthen the sternum forward, bend your elbows back, take your hands back, and relax the hip joints with a long spine. Look forward a bit as you fold, as if you're bringing your nose to the floor or your chin to the floor. And then at the last moment, release your head and place the crown of your head on the floor. Bring your elbows towards each other. Lift your sit bones up and relax the outer ankles towards the heels, outer heels and the outer heels into the floor. Relax your toes, internal rotation of your thighs. Just relax here. This is a restorative posture. No pushing the torso and head down. That defeats the purpose of this posture. Doesn't matter whether your head is on the floor or not. If it doesn't reach the floor, put a brick under your head. But this posture and every posture is only complete when you're able to relax in it. This is not a practice of pushing. It's a practice of clear action, relaxed effort, and being able to relax in the postures, because that's when the body will respond in opening. Good. Inhale, come to the half position, please. Exhale, you can pigeon toe your feet in slightly, bring your hands to your hips, bend your knees, inhale. Come up, keep your legs apart, take your hands out to the side, palms facing up. Look up, lift the chest up, and interlock your fingers behind your hips. Look up, straighten the elbows towards the back, hands towards the hips. Exhale, relax the hip joint and bring your torso parallel to the floor. Look at the wall in front. Hand, elbows towards your back, lengthen the spine, lift the sit bones up, activate your thighs, relax the outer heels down. Maybe you just stay here. If you're more open, relax the hip joint, long spine. Bring your head down like you're going to bring your chin or the nose to the floor. And then at the last moment, release the head back, bring the crown to the floor. If the crown reaches, relax the outer feet, outer heels, relax your shoulders, and begin to bring your pinky fingers towards the floor through an action of relaxation. Don't force it. Let it go down as much as is easily available. No aggression, just relaxing into it. And to come up, inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, pigeon toe your feet in, step them in, and release your hands in Samasthiti. Relax here for a moment, and just allow for the integration of the effects of what you just did into your physical, mental, and energetic layers of your being. Receiving the benefits of your practice. Good. And open your eyes, please. Turn and step to the top of your mat. And inhale, take your hands above your head. Exhale, relax your hips and fold. Inhale, look at the wall in front. Exhale, step or jump your legs back and bring your body down to Chaturanga or a modification. Inhale, lift your head and chest, an upward dog or a modification. Exhale, lift your hips back and up to downward dog. Stay here. You're going to step or jump your legs through and come to a seated posture. And then lie down on your back, please. On the floor. Relax for a moment here. Notice that the practice of yoga is one of clear action and relaxation. Aggression is not part of yoga. In fact, it's the basis of the practice. Non-harming and no aggression is the basis of the practice. That may not be your ideal of what yoga is, but that is what yoga is as practiced and developed by thousands of practitioners from time immemorial, from a long time. Clear, strong, maybe, strong actions, clear actions, but not aggressive, relaxed, firm, steady, and relaxed. Okay. Bend your knees, please. Place your feet in line with your hips. and grip the sides of your mat. You're just going to open up with a few bridge postures. Bring the elbows in, tuck the shoulders in, lift your chest up, shoulder blades down your back, and then lift your pelvis up towards the ceiling. Tuck your shoulders under, bring your elbows in, and then press down with the elbows and lift the hips up even more. Bring the weight onto your shoulders and chest towards your chin. Now drop the hips slightly, tuck the tailbone, and take the navel into the spine. And using the lower glutes, lift the lower part of the tailbone up. Stay there. And exhale. Release your hips down. Take a deeper inhalation and exhalation. Second one, lift your hips up again. Interlock your fingers under your hips. And here you can, as you straighten one elbow, you can take the shoulder away from the earth and do it for the other one. Going in a little deeper in the spine, release your elbows to the floor. Lift your hips up, tuck the tailbone, navel in, and keeping the elbows down, try to bring your pinky fingers on the floor without lifting the elbows. And release. Take a deeper inhalation and exhalation. For the last one, you can repeat one of the previous arm variations, holding the side of the mat or interlocking your fingers under your hips. If you've been practicing for a longer time, you're more open in your spine, then hold the ankles, pull the feet in a little bit, tuck the shoulder blades under, elbows on the floor, lift the hips up, tuck the shoulders under, press your elbows, tuck the tailbone, navel in, use your lower glutes to lift the tailbone up, bring the weight more to your shoulders and chest more towards the chin. Stay here, please. And release. Hug your knees in to your chest, both of them. Releasing the low back, relaxing the hip joint and the back of the legs. And place your palms on the tops of your knees. Move the knees away from you so they come in line with your hips. Relax your ankles and feet. Relax your hips. You're going to use your hands to circle your knees. Don't do it from your legs or your hips. Use your hands to do it. And feel a gentle massage for your sacrum as you do this. About 10 rounds in one direction. I'm doing clockwise first. And then reverse the direction of the circle. I'm going anti-clockwise. Now, around 10 rounds. Gentle, nice massage for the sacrum. When do we do this during the day? We hardly ever get the time to do even some simple things for ourselves. Enjoy it. Enjoy the simplicity of it. And release your feet to the floor. We're going to go into a reclining twist. So Let's see. Okay, drop your feet to the floor and lift and move just your hips to the right and drop them to the floor. Straighten the left leg along the floor. Bring the right knee into your chest with your left hand, and using your left hand, take the right knee and right inner foot to the floor on the left, to the spinal twist here, and then flex both the feet, lift the left sternum up, reach with your right hand, exhale, and twist the spine to your right. Try to bring the right shoulder towards the floor. You may have to do it a few times. Inhale, lift the left sternum. Exhale, press down with the left elbow, reach with the right hand, and bring the right shoulder down. One more time. Inhale, lift the left sternum. Exhale, press with the left elbow, reach with the right hand, look to your right, bring the right shoulder down. Stay there. Breathe into the back of your spine and the muscles around your spine, using your inhalation to energize muscles that are being stretched here, and your exhalation to suggest for them to relax and release. And just relax and enjoy as the body responds in release, in relaxation, and in opening. Keep the mind relaxed. Nowhere to go, but to enjoy the present moment and the present experience. And come out of the twist. Bend both your knees. Place your feet on the floor. Lift your hips, move them to your left. Straighten the right leg along the floor. Pull the left knee in with your right hand. Left hand can be in line with your shoulder. And keeping the knee coming up, bring the right inner knee and the left inner knee and foot to the floor, towards or on the floor, and use the right hand to keep the knee moving down. This lower spinal twist. Flex both your feet. Lift the right sternum up. Push down on the right elbow. Reach with the left hand. Relax the muscles around the spine and bring the relaxed left shoulder down. Two more times. Flex the feet. Inhale, lift the right sternum. Exhale, press down with the right elbow. Reach with the left hand. Relax the muscles around the spine to bring the left shoulder down. One more time, flex the feet. Lift the right sternum. Push with the right elbow. Reach with the left hand. Relax the muscles around the spine and bring the left shoulder down. Shoulder blades down your back. Hold the body with your actions. Look to your left and use your breath on the inhalation to energize the muscles that are being stretched. Create some length and space there with your inhalation. As you exhale, suggest to relax. Do that for 5 breaths at least. Inhale, create some length. Exhale, suggest to relax. Inhale, create some space. Exhale, suggest to let go of any holding. Inhale, visualize the blue light going there. Exhale, visualize the light cooling the area. One more time. Good. And release. Bring your feet back. Square the hips, relax for a moment. And we're going to go into shoulder stand. I'm going to show you a very nice modification for shoulder stand. But this will work only if you have, let's see, maybe you don't have bolsters at home, so I won't show you that because just in case you don't have bolsters, I don't want you to miss out on it. But I think you'll have probably some bricks, right? Or if you don't have bricks, you can also fold like a cushion or something. You can fold it up so you can create some height. We're going to place this under the hips and have the bricks close to you. If you have foam bricks, then you probably need two, like I have here. If you have wooden bricks, then just one placed in the middle height should be good. Okay, if you have foam, then you're going to place them flat like this on the floor. So lift your hips up, place one of them flat under the sacrum, lift the hips up again, and place the other one on top. Pull it in a little bit because you're going to take the legs up. And again, if you don't have bricks, then you can just, whatever that you can fold, maybe it's the cushion, or maybe you have some books that you can place under your hips instead of the bricks. Then roll your shoulders under. And first just stay here with your knees bent, feet hip distance apart in supported bridge pose. Just relax here. It's a passive posture. Although there is a little bit of action inherent within the posture, even though it's relaxed. Soften the navel and the abdomen. And this, of course, is moving towards an inversion where the heart is higher than the head and the legs will soon be higher than the heart as well. Just relax here first. Roll the shoulders under. Relax the weight into the shoulders, elbows on the floor, holding the sides of the mat. And then bending your knees, bring your knees towards your chest and straighten the legs in the air. Flex the feet. Big toe next to the big toes touching. Heels slightly apart. Internal rotation of your thighs like you did in mountain pose. And you can spread the toes of your feet. The ankles moving, lengthening from the ankles to the inner knees and moving in slightly towards each other to lengthen the inner line of the legs. Stay there. Relax your toes now. Let's still keep the action in the legs, especially the big toe mounds moving up, inner ankles lengthening away from the inner knees and coming in towards each other, even though the heels are moving apart slightly. And then we're going to scissor the legs a few times. Keep the feet flexed. And then point the left foot and take it down towards the floor. Bring the right leg in. And then change. Do that a few times. 2, 3, 4, 5. Next time, your right leg is closer to you. Stay there. Point the left foot out. Flex the right foot. Lift the chest up. Stay there. And then scissor again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With the left leg closer. Flex the foot. Point the right foot. Stay there. Push down on your elbows. Bring the legs back up to center. Stay there. And bend your knees. Gently bring your feet on the floor. Lift your hips off the bricks. Move the bricks to the side. Tuck the tailbone and release your hips to the floor. You're going to go into fish pose. So straighten the legs and pressing down on the elbows, lift your torso up. Now take your elbows back slightly and lift your chest up, release the head back and slide the elbows forward slightly. Keep the chest lifting and drop the crown of your head on the floor. Now, pushing down on your elbows, lift the chest up and try to bring the head closer to your back, like this. And turn your palms up, flex the feet and stay here in the prep fish pose. Those of you who've been practicing longer, you can lift your straight legs up and take your hands up as well. And release. Bend your knees, place your feet on the floor. Tuck your tailbone, square your hips, straighten the legs. And then use your hands at the back of your head. Lift the head up slightly, lengthen the back of the head and neck. Release the head back on the floor. Release your hands. 1 second, release the hands. Arms facing up, tuck your shoulder blades under. And then just relax in Shavasana. Let it go. Let go of all your actions. And just observe your breath as you breathe naturally. Now staying connected with your awareness, suggest for your throat to relax. Release the skin on your scalp, the top, sides, and back of your head. Let go of any holding. Let the skin of your forehead, eyebrow center, and your eyebrows. Rest your eyes into their sockets. Relax the sides of your nose and your cheeks. Release your jaw, tongue, teeth apart slightly, lips touching lightly. Let go of your shoulders, elbows, and wrists. And rest your spine from the base of your skull, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way down to the sacrum. Relax your hips, hips, knees, and ankles. And release your entire back body into the earth, in the back of your heels, back of the calf muscles, knees, back of the thighs and hips, back of the torso, shoulders, elbows, wrists, back of the neck and head, and just relax there for just a bit. Begin to observe your breath as you breathe naturally. And take a deeper inhalation and exhalation. Move your fingers and toes. Give yourself an overhead stretch with your arms. Bring your legs together. Flex your feet to lengthen the low back. And bending your knees. Roll over to your sides and support your head with your upper arm. Bring the other hand in front of your chest on the floor. Stay here. Breathe normally here for a few rounds. And then look at the floor. Push down with your hand and come up to a comfortable seated posture. Namaste. Thank you very much for practicing. I do this every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. for Johnson Club. Come back and practice, and I hope to see you in person soon. Namaste. Thank you very much.